Today I'm going to show you how to make the mini move graphics in Galaxy. The software we'll need for this is Carameru, Cookie and Affinity Photo. Inside our custom move folder, we want to open IE6_B. From there, we'll go to data and click on the image. This time we're not opening image. We want to click on image and it's the skill_mini. Right click, extract that. Inside our moves, we will make a new folder. Call it mini, and we'll just extract it in there. So now inside our mini folder, we have the skill_mini.xb. We'll open this, and there is a lot of images here. What I'm going to do is make it simple, is on the directory tree, right click, extract mini, skill_mini, sorry, I'm getting confuddled here. And we'll just extract it under the mini folder. Once that's successfully been extracted, we can close out the XB file and go into our newly made folder. And we've got all the XI files here again. So much like last time, what we're going to do is just click on any of them and go to the batch export PNG. Make sure our skill_mini XB folder is selected. Click OK, and everything should be good to go. We can come out of Cookie here, and we've got our moves sorted up. I want to view them. As you can see, we have a lot of miniaturized Keshin souls. I don't think souls are one. Now that I'm thinking about it, I thought souls are. Wait, are the souls one? Yeah, souls are one. Keshin, souls, moves, keepers, saves, skills, you name it, we've got it. So today what we're going to focus on is I'm going to translate a couple of the moves. So for this example, I'm going to be changing Bouncer Bunny into its subbed version, Bouncer Rabbit. So what we're going to do is open up Affinity Photo with this image. So now that we have our file open, one thing to note again is much like the the big graphic that's played during the animation, this graphic is all text tight, we'll call it. The border is bang on each of the sides here. So we want to match that essentially. So editing the letters, you're probably wondering, well, how do we do that? I've went ahead and extracted the I think I found a resource with this lettering, and I have modified it slightly to resemble the text for Galaxy. So I have this image here. I made this out of my own long time or all my free time I had. So it's just all the fire, wind, that is wind, I nearly said water. Wind, wood, earth, void. This is skill. The Japanese version uses this color palette, which I quite like, so I made it that. I'll show you how to edit the little. It's not really that hard, really. It's just a matter of using the marquee selection tool and going over the selected with the add, and then just changing. Like if we want red, we'd do red, like that or something. That's what you would do to change it. But I quite like this little palette there, and this is the items. So we've got items, skills, void, earth, wood, wind, and fire. So we want to focus on the wood, since Bouncer Rabbit is wood. So we don't need to change much other than. Oh, that's not the right tool. Other than this section here, I'm going to delete. Make sure your layer's unlocked. Delete this. And then get rid of all of this. So we need an E, and let's hope I actually know how to spell this time. That would be really handy, wouldn't it? So what we do here is we just highlight with the marquee tool on this layer. Just highlight it, press Control C, go back to your other layer, Control V, paste it in. It looks a bit blurry. Don't worry if if your image looks like this. Just move it about until it actually snaps back into place. Once it snaps back into place, you can just drag it down, and sometimes it will look a bit dodgy, but if you keep dragging it around so it looks like this again, you'll be fine. Now I've noticed that the translated version of the game uses a slightly different shade of green. I'm just going to change this so that it's all nice and color coordinated. I didn't actually know the translation team changed the color. That is an error on my part. So this is all you would do for the, if you want to recolor it to whatever you want, you would just get the marquee selection tool and then the fill tool and just fill it in from there. I think this is the same shade, although I could be wrong. So again, rectangle select tool, make sure your background pixel selected, and we can do it this way. If you want to do it quicker, you can maybe get away with doing it selecting this the flood selection tool here. But make sure if you're doing that, your tolerance is all the way down to like nothing. That way, you know, you can actually get the pixels properly. If you're still snapping between them, if it's still doing like a new snap, this is the add button here. So you want to make sure that this is all added. Makes for a quicker process. If you're not wanting, you know, to do any of that. To do the marquee selection part. It's just a quicker alternative, and we can just color it from there. Okay, it's starting to look a bit better now. Again, mark the flood selection tool. Oh, just again make sure it's on add. Sometimes I've noticed that flood selection tool doesn't snap keep to add much like the marquee tool does, but that's all right. It's not an issue. So we just want to make sure our fill is selected, and then just go over it. Okay. So once you've managed to color correct everything, I do apologize if you are using the fully translated version of Galaxy. I do apologize. This is for the 1.0 version. I started this using the 1.0 version, and I thought we were sticking the text would be the same going forward. Obviously, I was wrong, so I can only apologize from there. This is a 1.0 letter scheme. You could just take the time to actually like adjust every letter. It's a little bit time consuming, but it's doable. It's doable. So what we need now is an R. So get the marquee selection tool here, Control C, paste it in. So it's a bit funky. I noticed that moving up to the top here gets it snapped in pretty well, and you don't want the text to be like this. You want to make sure that this border here is inside the last layer. Okay, so we've got bouncer. Now we need rabbit. So from that we need the capital R, which is right here. Control C over here. Fortunately, that snapped pretty well. And you want to make sure that it's a pixel. So here's snapped to here. We want to make sure it's a pixel in space. Good. Now we want to the A. The A's a bit spacious here. Control C. Again, V that in, move it up so that it's nice and visible and not blurry. Snap it on there. Now we need 1B. Only one. We'll see why in a second. Paste it in. It's nice and snapped along. You can just hold shift and drag it across. So it looks like that. Then Control C, V. Makes another one. Now we'll need an I. Control C, V, drag it across, and then last but not least, a T. Here we go. Control C, paste it in. You've got this now we've got a problem of the border isn't quite on this layer here. So what I'm going to do is this is only an Affinity photo, I'm pretty certain. So grab the crop tool, just push it out 1 pixel, click apply, and we've got our border back. Just like that, we've extended it 1 pixel. You are allowed to do that. It is okay. You're allowed to extend and shrink the images. That is completely fine. That works in the big animation images as well. You're allowed to extend them or shrink them accordingly to your standard. I did forget to mention that. So only apologies from there. So as you can see, it is now 54 pixels wide instead of 53, which it was before. So I'm going to click export. I don't want to be in my Spain kit folder. You want to actually find the custom moves inside moves. I don't know why it's called new folder. Inside mini skill underscore XB, we will just click save because we know it's already named that. So we can come out of Affinity Photo now, and I'm going to go back into our new folder here. I don't know why it's called new folder. You did see me name it, so hopefully it's still named for you. Now's the process of finding the image. Here we go, Bouncer Rabbit. So if we open up WHS36, you can see it's still bouncing bunny. Now I'm going to click and drag over here. It's been changed to Bouncer Rabbit. Now we're going to save. And now what we're going to do is inside the skill mini folder here, or the .xb file this time, we are going to do the painful task of finding Bouncer Rabbit, which is 36. If you're still not sure, just always right click and view on edit in cookie to view your image. From there, we want to replace inside here, and we want to do the same painful task. Find 36. Click open, and it's been replaced. Okay, we want to Control C to save that. It will save instantly. We like a bit of that. Now, back into our IE6_B folder, we are going to right click and replace our skill_mini.xb inside moves, or mini folder it should be called, and then just replace it with that, our new edited file, and click Control S for save. So let's see how this looks in game. Alright, so we're in the game now, and let's have a look to see. As you can clearly see, I have Bouncer Rabbit on Fae here, and it's changed to Bouncer Rabbit. One thing to note though is the reason I did say that we would need the IE6_A is because we would need to edit the actual text for the move, because the text for the move will still be the same. And as you can see here, the reason we wanted to change to get IE6_A is to change the name, the text name, because it's still bouncing bunny here. We're only changing the graphics though, so you would need to look at my other tutorial on how to change names. That will be in the description and on the card above. Go check that out if you want to know how to change the move name, or any name for that matter. That's how you would change that. But for now, I'd say we're done. One thing I did forget to mention is that the resource for the letters I used is in the description below. It's a free resource, so download away. But with that said, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like. Consider subscribing. There's more tutorials to come, especially one with I've been teasing a bit in the comments below. That might be next. We never know. We never know. But yeah, stay tuned for that. So if you're new here, please subscribe. We are, I don't know if we're doing a sub goal. We'll do a sub goal. Let's hit 80 subscribers. See what happens, right? That's a sub goal. Let's get me to 80 subscribers. Appreciate that. But with that said, I'm off.